Today we are going to recycle some cans. Today is a beautiful fall day. I'm in my leather jacket. So guys, I wanted to tell you that I'm working on something big. I'm putting it all together. I'm gonna try to make it interesting, and it has to do with incorporating science with the metaphysical world. Like spiritual stuff, like the soul and consciousness and time and the theory of why we're here, how we got here. I'm gonna work on it. It's a new project. It's not really new because I've been thinking about this ever since I was a little kid. I've always been fascinated with it. I know that religion, I mean, it's great, it works for some people, but usually if you believe in a religion, that means the science stops. You know, you just believe in God, you believe in Jesus, and you believe in the Bible, and when that happens, it just any kind of questions you have about you know, having proof to things, it all goes out the window. It's done. Like, our progression ends with religion. So I grew up Catholic, but I always got in trouble in CCD because I'd ask these crazy questions like, how could all these babies who aren't baptized go to hell? How come we're the only religion that is correct? How are all these people since the dawn of man who never even heard of Jesus or Catholicism 2,000 years ago? That didn't exist. All those people beforehand went to hell. It just doesn't make sense. And so I just always had so many questions when it came to that sort of stuff, and it led me down the path of physics. Like, I've always been really interested in physics, particularly the really small stuff like quantum mechanics. The big stuff, general relativity, I mean, it seems like we got a good grasp on that, but we don't have a good grasp on the small things. And the big things are built from the small things. The small things are the building blocks to our existence, and we don't have a good handle on that. So I was hoping to use science as a way to... Oh, where am I going? You know what? I'm really far from Stop and Shop. I was talking and not paying attention to where I was going. Stop and Shop is all the way over there. I am not dressed like a 44-year-old woman. I'm wearing these really old pants I bought for a Halloween costume, and I'm wearing a black hoodie that I got at a restaurant when I was I think I may have been on vacation. But I never really cared about my attire, because I never had any money to spend on new clothes. And if you don't have the money for something, then why should you care about it? Like, if you can't change it, then don't care. And I've always had that mindset. Oh, there's Liz. There's Liz with the cans. So now, as I'm an older adult and I do have money, I choose to spend it on big toys and vacations. Normally, I'm an experience person. I buy things based on if they could give me a cool experience. And this trike is both an experience and a big item, material possession that I own. But it's both things, so that's why I That's why I spent so much money on it. But I definitely don't care about clothes. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know. I don't care if people judge me. I like being judged because they're usually wrong. Alright, I am gonna go inside and meet Liz. Where's my key? There it is. I found my key. So now I have to go to the bank. So YouTube, I have created another YouTube channel 3 days ago that is devoted to these quantum questions that I have, and just me trying to figure out how to put all this together in a way that I could understand. And I won't tell you the new YouTube channel because it's not ready yet. It is not ready yet. I tell you, these grips and this seat, when it heats up, it gets so hot. It makes me sweat. That's my car. It's a little Toyota Corolla hybrid. It's a nice little car. It needs a wash. Black cars collect so much dust. I used to have a white car that always looked clean. It never looked dirty. Okay, so off. Today's October 18th, and the weather is 62 degrees. And it is hot on my trike that I turned off my handlebars and my seat so it doesn't get hot. Seems like I could ride this all year round if I really wanted to. I got a sandwich from Stop and Shop, and I'm gonna eat my sandwich. I do want to tell you about all my weird experiences. I know I told you a couple of them, and I'll tell you the earliest memory, my earliest weird experience from when I was 5 years old, and I was in kindergarten. I know that. I remember it so clearly because it just blew my mind. I was 5 years old. I was sleeping, so it was basically a dream. Most of my weird experiences revolve around dreams. This particular dream, it was like nothing I've ever experienced before. I dreamt that my stuffed animals came to life and took me on a magical adventure. And it sounds like so simple and kind of stupid and, you know, wholesome, but it wasn't like that. It felt real. It felt so real because when my stuffed animals came to life, they did so while in my bedroom, talking to me while I was laying on my bed. And they had a portal open up into another dimension. I swear to God, this gave me the chills just now talking about it. So I look and see that there was this portal in my bedroom, and instead of a wall being there, it was like another dimension just opened up. It was like a cross between a cartoon realm, but I can't really explain it. But they took me into this other dimension, and they all lived in tiny houses, and they all had families and jobs, and and they took me on like this weird adventure where we ended up in this haunted old building. It was it looked like an old saloon, and there was a train cart that we had to get on. We had to all load up into the train cart, and that was the only way for me to get back home, was through this train. And they said, you have to leave. It's time for you to leave. You have school the next day, or whatever. I can't remember that, but they were all being it was like an urgent feeling that I had to go. Like I could not stay, and it was very urgent that I leave right away. So they took me on this train, and then I saw my house again through this portal, and then that's when I woke up. I was home. They took me back home. And I swear to God, like it was the weirdest, craziest thing. I know it doesn't sound like a big deal, but that was my first weird experience. And yeah, I'll tell you about my next one next time. I had a weird experience when I was 9 years old, and I'll save that story for another ride. So the lady at the bank told me that I could probably get one more weekend of good weather before it starts getting cold and I have to put my trike away. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep riding it, because this is a life, man. I love this thing. And I'm sweating. I have a hoodie on and this leather jacket, and I'm sweating. I don't even have my gloves on. Alright guys, so I'm almost home. I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.